going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Juice Reacts video. In today's video, we're diving back into the universe that is SCP. And I got so many great suggestions from you guys on the last video that I was kind of overwhelmed where to start. Everybody's like, just dive in here, dive in here, dive in 096, and dive into freaking just like everything. And a lot of people said, don't read stuff on the website if you're going to react to a lot of stuff. And other people said the opposite. And so I'm just kind of like, all right, where do I start? What are good SCPs? And a lot of you guys suggested multiple things. And some people said you should check out a tier list from the Volgun. And so I decided, why not do that? It lets me know more about, maybe I'll find more interesting SCPs on this tier list, see which ones are really cool. And this is something that was a big YouTube trend back in the day. So we're going to go ahead and do that, because I was going to just dive into SCP-096, but there's like animated stuff, there's live action. I didn't know if I should watch like the Volgun or the Exploring series videos on that before I watched the animated series or the live action, you know what I mean? I just don't know how big it is to the lore, so I didn't know where I wanted to start, and I was like, maybe that's just too good to jump into right away. So we're gonna do this today. Check it out. Maybe I'll be able to react to some more of this stuff that I just want to check out and get a better feel for the SCP, because I'm super excited about it, but I don't want to, like, you know, if there's something better I should be reacting to, I definitely want to watch those. But before we jump into this video, I just want to say thank you guys for helping me cross 4,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. There's so many great communities on this channel. I love it. You guys are awesome. I love that people aren't always dickheads and they're cool with new people coming into a fandom. I think that's really awesome. So thank you so much for the subscriptions. But of course, 93% of you are still not subscribed. I love you guys, but just hit the button. It's right there. Anyways, let's do this.
I'm going to be doing my own personal SCP tier list, okay? Now, these are 18 of the most popular SCPs out there. A lot of them are in Containment Breach, but not all of them. Not all of them. 3008 isn't in Containment Breach.
I love that there's a joint right there.
939.
Okay.
939 was mostly made popular through Containment Breach. The document is quite well written. It's fun to read. So I would say B tier.
Okay.
It's not amazing.
So the higher
I could end up changing my mind towards
like,
the end of this video.
It's like the best.
So
lower it is.
Until the video has ended, that's my opinion. I'm quite changeable when it comes to my opinions. But I think B, because it could be better. That's how I'm trying to formulate my opinions on this.
Alright.
Next up, we have the original. We have SCP-173. Now,
the original?
If you look at this document in terms of its writing, it's not really that spectacular, really, compared to what we have now, okay? So, if I was to judge it purely on its writing, I would say F tier initially, but you also have to take other things into consideration. For example, what bumps it up a few tiers to at least D is the cultural impact that this SCP had.
Yeah.
It's the SCP that started it all. It's been featured in multiple video games.
Ooh.
And for a lot of people, it's the mascot of the SCP Foundation. So,
damn.
By the way, this is the SCP Unity version of 173. I had a video planned quite recently, but whenever SCP Illustrated dropped his video, I was like, yeah, I'll just wait a while.
That's the one that started it all.
That I'm going to upload this weekend. Anyway, so taking into consideration all of the cultural impact that it's had, I would say B for 173 as well, because good of a concept as it would have been fine. It's not A tier. It's definitely not S tier. S tier is reserved for something special. Okay, so next we have.
Cultural impact's huge.
Pretty much an input-output machine.
But if the story's
initially, my thoughts would be D. No, not D. C. It's a very interesting read initially because there's so many test logs, but I think what puts it down a tier is the sheer volume of the test logs. Now, that's not to say that just because an SCP is long that it's bad. Quite the opposite, I would say sometimes. more length would mean more room to expand on a story, but the length of 914 is mostly contributed to by everyone. If you can post anything you want under the testing logs of 914. There are some gems in there, but there's just so much of it. There's so much of it. I think it degrades it.
What is it?
It gets purged every few months, according to a lot of authors. That's what they've told me. So I would say D, just based on that. Okay. Next up, we have SCP-96.
That's what everybody recommends this one.
Now, the Shy Guy is a very popular SCP, and for good reason. Very, very well written article. Also very popular in terms of SCP containment breach. I think my initial reaction for 096 would be A.
Wow, it's not an S tier?
Yeah, I would say 096 is A class.
I hear that one all the time.
Based off, again, the cultural impact, but also the document's quite well written as well. I think I enjoy it. It's a series one that I really enjoy. Looking back on it, so that was fairly simple. The next one is 049.
I see that one a lot too.
I'm gonna try to be very unbiased here.
Ooh.
So if I was gonna judge it on its original article before it got rewritten, I would have said E tier.
Damn. Does the Volgun love this one or what?
But since it got rewritten, I think it was upgraded to C tier.
Okay.
I think if we're judging it, because most of these ratings I'm judging on how well it's written, and I think the rewrite of SCP-049, if you haven't read it, definitely go and read it. And that's not a very popular opinion, but I'll say this: from
I need to write some of these down.
049's inception to last year, before it got rewritten, it accumulated 1,000 upvotes. In a year, it got 1,000 upvotes. So if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. So I would say a C tier.
I'm writing some of these
possibly a
ones down.
B tier.
Not like he's saying much about them, but
maybe a B tier.
Oh, come on.
Because
Keep it in C.
Significant cultural impact, but not on the same level as 173.
Come on.
I don't think.
It's funny that I'm like, no way,
So
and I know
we'll
nothing about them.
We'll leave it at C tier. Okay.
But
okay.
he seems a bit indecisive.
106. Another containment breach classic. I'm gonna immediately go for B.
Ooh.
Because I think it has more of a cultural impact than 049 does, and has been better for longer, so I think it deserves a B tier. Also a great concept for an SCP as well. Definitely. Okay, next up, 093. I think this is a no-brainer. I think a lot of people will agree. This is going straight in the S tier.
Oh.
This is S tier if there ever was an S tier of an SCP.
Wait, which one's that?
The reason it's an S tier is not only is it well written, and it's one of my favorite SCPs, but also it's quite long, right? But after all of that length, I still want to know more about the universe and the world that this SCP actually taps into. I can't get enough of this SCP. I read it all the time. Definitely an S tier, undoubtedly. There's some of these SCPs that I'm like, well, maybe.
I wish you would have had them labeled.
This will not change. This will not change at all. Okay, next.
I didn't even hear him. Like,
we have SCP.
Did it say 093?
I want to know more about the universe and the world. Was an S tier of an S. Okay, next up, 093.
Okay,
I think
he
this
said
is
093.
a no-brainer. I think a lot of people know the world really well. But the difference between 093 and 610 is I want to know more about 093. The only joke SCP on this list. Visually, great. Cultural impact, great. Well written, all that kind of stuff. Okay, next. The only joke SCP on this list. 420J.
Okay, I saw this.
It's not really amazingly written.
I saw this.
It's a meme. of an SCP. But I think just because it's funny, it doesn't get complete F tier. It gets E tier. It doesn't go any higher because we can't put memes above C grade in terms of tier lists.
Nice.
No, this is for how good the SCP is, not how funny it is. Anyway, now speaking of memes, next we have SCP-682.
Wait, is SCP-69 a joke tier as well? Somebody answer that.
This is a fan favorite by a massive stretch.
Is this 3000?
I am bored of it now.
Ooh.
I'm fed up seeing stuff about it, to be completely honest. But I am thrust into constantly thinking about making stuff on it. Is it well written? Initially, I thought it was well written. It's fine, it's a good concept, but it's ultimately really boring. And I think we've just seen everything there is to see about 682. But I'm currently modeling it, so I don't know. Initially, I want to go F tier.
Damn.
For 682.
Harsh.
Just because I'm so fed up with it. I just yeah. But that's not really fair. I have to be fair with this kind of stuff. So, let's see. Cultural impact is quite high, so that puts it at least a D. It doesn't really feature heavily in many games, though. So...
Wait, did I skip the
there
toaster?
has been a lot of media created around it.
Okay,
next
so I skipped some, my bad.
we have
What the heck?
SCP-426.
I was like, how did the toaster get on
I
there?
am a toaster. Now, I think... because it's so fun to talk about myself in that way, I think I'm gonna put myself in... I was initially gonna put myself in C tier.
Myself?
Because the article isn't that long. But I think B tier. B tier sits 426, in my opinion anyway.
426.
Okay. That might change. It's between B or C. I think I'm going B.
Huh.
I'm going B. Okay. Next, SCP-610.
Wait, is it just
This
about
is
a toaster?
another really good one. Very well written. Very good universe. Okay. I'm going to go for A tier, and here's why. Okay. So, 093 and 610 have a similar kind of setup. They introduce a world really well. But the difference between 093 and 610 is I want to know more about
610.
093. I think 610 concluded quite well, and I'm not really that worried about learning more about 610. So it's an A. It's a solid A. Visually, great. Cultural impact, great. Well written, all that kind of stuff. Okay, next. The only joke in our lists by a massive making stuff on it. But the D created around it. P682 C tier. Because, well, it's not very interesting, but one of the first batch of SCPs written as well. So
Okay,
next,
now we're back on track. Sorry.
3008.
I don't know how I fucked that up so bad.
Extremely solid. Really interesting to read. Very culturally significant. It actually spawned its own game. This wasn't made popular by Containment Breach. So I think this goes into S tier.
So there's a game on this
3008 S tier. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I think that's all I have to say about it. Really interesting to read. So
Okay,
next,
so now we're back on track, finally.
3008.
3008.
Extremely solid. Really interesting to read. Very culturally significant. It actually spawned its own game. This wasn't made popular by Containment Breach.
I'm interested in games.
This goes into S tier.
I stream them on my Twitch channel.
S
Check
tier.
it out.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I think that's all I have to say about 3008. There's just nothing else to say. That I can't really find any fault with it at all, so it goes S tier.
Huh, S tier.
Okay,
and
next,
it has a game.
2521. One of the most creative SCP articles I think that exists on the site.
2521.
The whole image only thing, fantastic. It's a little bit hard to understand the first time you see it, but whenever you sit down and pay attention to it, it almost feels like you figured something out whenever you actually try. So that's pretty important. I would say A tier.
Oh, interesting.
A tier. And because I think the only thing that separates A tier and S tier is, do I want to know more? And both of these things, I would want to know more about that universe and the dimension of 093.
I'm writing down their grades
definitely.
to maybe check them out.
I think that's fair.
Or his
These are
grades
all
for them.
top tier. But I think they done what they set out to do.
I'm just intrigued in the
And they
toaster
filled
one
the
right
brief
now.
of the SCP Foundation very well, in my opinion. Okay, next. 999. Well,
That's the happy blob thing, right?
this is okay. This is okay. I would say it's on the same level as 682. It's kind of not that interesting, but it is culturally significant.
They
So it runs
use that
right
SCP
in the middle. Right in the middle.
to
It's
calm
gotta
other
go-
SCPs,
It's
right?
gonna go C as well, right next to its buddy. I think that's only fitting for 999.
I love the design of this
Okay.
next one.
Next, we have Mallow. Not a very big fan of this SCP. There is way too much. What's the most PG-13 way to say this? Shameful material produced around this SCP.
Shameful?
I don't particularly enjoy reading it. I just wasn't a fan of it.
What do they
So
mean by?
I'm gonna give it an E tier.
What does he mean
I
by
just-
shameful?
The only thing that I think that made it stand out was the fan art of it. Not the fan art, the cosplay. But it's also the cosplay that made all the shameful material be produced about it. So
Is
this
it
stays.
like inappropriate?
In fact, you know what? I'm just
sexy?
gonna put that F tier.
What? I'm curious
This is
about
F
that
tier.
now.
We're done.
Why
We're
is
done.
it
This F
shameful?
tier.
Somebody let me know.
Just because. Okay, what have we got next? Okay, so SCP-035.
I think I saw this
035,
mask.
Mildly good. It's not terrible,
035.
but it's not amazing. Good concept, but culturally significant. So, let's see.
I think I saw a
I would
YouTube video on this.
say-
I didn't
I would
watch
say
it, but
D
like
tier,
it was a thumbnail.
right? D. Yeah. I don't think it's worth a C tier. Because it's not that significant, really. Yeah, it's D tier. Okay, next up. 1762. One of my favorites. I think it's really well written. Also very culturally significant. Not in the same way that, 173 is, 096, 682 would be. But I think for that reason, it's not as culturally significant as those others.
A
So
lot
I
of
think-
bees.
I think
Wow.
maybe... I don't know.
I mean, how is it
I'm
A?
going to give it an A.
Is it a good story?
Okay. The reason I'm giving this an A rank is it's one of those few SCPs that everyone kind of has an emotional connection with, and I think that's worth something.
Yeah, that is
when,
worth something.
When an SCP article makes you feel an emotion, that's worth something at least.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to put it at A for now. And the last SCP
The hell is this?
is 079.
079.
Now, this is a weird one because it's very culturally significant as well. This picture alone is
Two-Face. That's what it
iconic.
looks like.
It's just an iconic picture. I don't really like the document. I don't think it's that interesting. But in terms of video games, it's quite a good
Ooh.
baddie to fight against.
It's a video game.
So using that logic, I think it's between C or D. between C or D. It's definitely not higher than a C.
Are these video games? Do I buy them on Steam? Do I download them somewhere?
No, it's a D.
How do I search them?
It's a D.
Are they under SCP game?
I think that's fair. I mean, the article to me isn't really that entertaining. Not that entertaining to me. It's not an E.
Okay,
or
I got
an
some
F tier,
notes.
because at least it has some use in video games. It's a pretty good kind of villain in the video game. Do you know what? I'm quite happy with this. Whenever I look at that, that looks right to me. That looks right. I've tried to be as fair as possible. I'm not just shooting from the hip here.
I thought he said shooting.
Yeah, I think this is it. I'm gonna call this correct.
Shooting from
if you
the
really
hip.
want. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Shitty.
post the PNG
I'm
of what I've
childish.
just done in the video description, and maybe you can tweet your own personal tier ranking at me on Twitter, and my Twitter handle is @ZenithStrife, all one word. That link will also be in the description.
This is
So
interesting.
now that the video's over, if you've made it this far, I imagine most people have watched this for 1 minute, done a very long, and
I
just
got you, Volgun.
did a little peace out.
I reacted to the
But
whole thing.
if you have watched it all, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this again. I'm just trying new things.
It's all good. You keep trying new things, Volgun. Okay, so apologies for that random cuts in the video. I skipped 2 freaking SCPs without even knowing it. I was just like, why is the toaster there? Sorry, I was just trying to get the title. He only said, I think it was 093 once, and I was like, I didn't catch it. And I know people are like, that's why you shouldn't talk in your videos. I'm sorry, okay? It's what I do. I don't like silence a lot. But anyways, so yeah. Do you guys think this is a good list to start watching videos on? And how do you recommend? Do you think I should avoid the wiki of these and just watch the videos so I get them, so I'm surprised? Like, if I wanted to watch 096, do I just go straight into the live action 096? Or should I watch the animated? Or should I watch an exploring series on it first? Let me know. Because I am somebody that I think for y'all's guys' entertainment, reacting to the live action before I know anything, I think is a little bit more intriguing because I might be like, what the fuck is that? Or something different, you know what I mean? And then I can go back and learn about it. I'm actually one of those people that don't mind watching the movie first and then reading the book because the book always has more information and I'm still excited by it. So, yeah, I'm one of those weird people. But I enjoyed this. I know it might not have been the most exciting video, but it gave me, as somebody who is a noob to SCP, some direction and some insight to what some of the most popular SCPs are. And maybe these aren't the most popular. Let me know what other popular ones are out there. But I've seen some of these logos and designs before, and I'm very intrigued. But I want to know, why is this shameful? Was there, like, sexy cosplay behind it? Did they do some disrespecting things in it? Why is it shameful? I need to know the story here because I love backstories like that, and I just want to know. But that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, making us hit 4,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. And as I said, let me know about the video games, because I pimp out my Twitch all the time. I don't know if you guys have Twitch channels, but I would love to stream some freaking SCP games over on my Twitch channel. I'm currently just playing Fall Guys. We play GTA, but I'm down with playing other games. I'm a variety streamer. So let me know how that goes. And of course, if you want stupid random content that is different from me just reacting, go check out the TikTok. I just post dumb shit over there, and it's cool, it's fun, it's interesting. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content that we upload here Monday through Friday. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, JUICEBOX. Remember to wake up in the morning and ask yourself something. I'm a daily dose of juice. See you guys next time.